You might not be aware of this, but babies have jobs. In fact, as soon as a baby's born, they get right to work on their first job, learning if the world is predictable and if the people in it can be trusted. This vital information is learned through the attachment process. If a parent consistently meets their child's needs early in life, secure attachment occurs, teaching the child to trust the world and the people in it. But when a child's needs aren't met, it creates insecure attachment, leading the child to feel vulnerable and unsafe. If we learn at a young age that the world is untrustworthy, that belief will grow right along with us. It'll then lead us to distrust anyone we encounter, even people who are trying to help us. Understand that this is natural. Your brain's just trying to protect you. But continuing to carry this belief will have a negative effect on your relationships, because relationships, well, they're built on trust. For example, if you learned as a child that people are not to be trusted, when you meet a potential partner, your first instinct could be not to trust them either. As your relationship grows, you question their feelings over and over again, even though they've clearly shown you how much they love you. And over time, this lack of trust then pushes them away, to the point that the relationship eventually ends because they can't convince you to trust them and accept their love. Your brain carried the belief that you shouldn't trust people because they'll eventually abandon you. And then it created the exact circumstances needed to prove that belief true. You see, your brain always seeks to prove itself right. However, our brains aren't always the best at knowing when we need to be protected. And in situations like this, it's necessary for us to create a bit of change in our brains. In order to create that change, we have to start with small, positive habits that prove the world and the people in it can be trusted. And eventually, with enough evidence supporting it, your brain will begin to recognize that there are people you can trust. And as this belief grows, you'll watch as your brain will then seek to prove that belief right.